So yeah, there's one more bit of syntax that I want to go ahead and talk about really quickly. And that syntax is, well, actually there's two. But that syntax is something that we will see very often. In fact, you guys already saw it in the default template that was provided to us by Visual Studio. And that's the using statement. The using statement actually technically has two meanings, but we're going to be focusing on its primary meaning, which is to import what's called a namespace. Right. So again, system is a namespace that contains all that functionality, and we know it's namespace just because it says namespace system when I mouse over. That means that it isn't necessary to preface every single invocation of code inside of that namespace with the word system, because C# language has the concept of a using. Now, using is very common in languages that are similar to C#, including something like Python, but in Python they're called imports. And what using allows me to do is allows me to say using system, semicolon. Now everything is important right here. The semicolon is important, the using system is important, the space is important. This is all significant code. We now have using system. Alrighty, although we are having a Q&A session afterwards, there was one question that did actually resonate kind of with me just because it's something that I omitted accidentally and was planning on saying about using statements. The question was if we have multiple using statements because we can have as many using statements as we wish, and how does the C# compiler know which namespace that we're using by default? The answer is it doesn't. The answer is for every single using statement you place up on the up in your code file, the C# compiler will actually take all of those things in all of those namespaces and combine them into a single list. If there is a conflict, if one namespace has a thing that is the same name as a thing in another namespace, then at that point the C# compiler will tell you, and you will be forced to explicitly state which one of those things that you want. So I just wanted to say that real fast.